وهنروح لعالم الموضة والثراء من خلال الفيلم البريطاني الساخر الجديد اللي اتعرض للمرة الأولى في مهرجان تورونتو في 2019.
مؤلف ومخرج الفيلم مايكل وينتربوتم وبطله ستيفن كوغن اتكلموا عن الرابط بين ريتشارد ماكريدي الشخصية الرئيسية في الفيلم والملياردير فيليب جرين.
We've been working on this party for over a year. He wants it to repair his reputation.
It's all about image. The super yacht, the models. It's all part of a brand.
I met a journalist and he was telling me stories about when he wrote articles connected with Arcadia or Topshop or BHS, he would occasionally get a phone call from Philip Green pointing out all the errors in his article in sometimes quite loud and aggressive terms. And it just seemed like, that and all the publicity around Philip Green at the time just seemed like, that as a starting point for a character, a starting point for a fictional character. But someone like that would be an enjoyable route into looking at the way retail fashion works, and looking at the incredible, grotesque inequalities between the wealth of a handful of men at the top of retail fashion and the low wages of the tens of millions of women workers who make the clothes.
He was his own man from the start.
What is the average wage in Sri Lanka? 50p a day. Imagine how many dresses I can get made.
He was a bully.
Nod your head and shake my hand.
He was a parasite.
It's classic tax avoidance.
Go away! When you create a character, you need to sort of start somewhere, and you look around in the real world, and he's the prime candidate. He had a very high profile. He was unapologetic about his success. In fact, he wanted everyone to know about it, and behaved, I think, in a way that was it might have been legal, but was morally objectionable and odious and quite repellent, actually. And so we wanted to shine a light on that, and so yes, we drew upon him. But it's not really about him per se. It's about a number of people who are institutions and multinational companies who behave in quite a draconian, nefarious way in terms of how they treat the people who work for them.
How bad is it?
No one reads the Mail online. It's cleavage clickbait.
Yeah, except I'm the tit this time.
Angelina's now a maybe.
Ed Sheeran's a no.
You could get doubles. Quick question, are you out of your mind?
The lookalikes.
Obviously, the lawyers went through the script quite a lot. I mean, in terms of personal things, we deliberately changed a lot of things to make sure it was clearly Rich McCready is a different person to Philip Green. On the other hand, on the business side, to be honest, the business arrangements are in a sense the same. So there's no point. I wanted people to engage in the real world, so I didn't want to make up a fictional character whose business model is totally different to the real world. I wanted his business model to be really pretty much, so when you watch that, you think, if you think that's wrong, what's happening that Rich McCready is doing, that's really happening in the world. It's not just something we made up. So it was a kind of strange balancing act between two different things.
He didn't do it for the man, didn't do it for the world, didn't do it for the...
This is Nick. He's chronicling my life.
He just loves money.
He paid himself and his wife £1.2 billion.
This is for all of you.
It's a double-edged sword. I mean, it's not a double-edged sword. It's actually a bit of a thankless task, because if you do choose to speak about something, you're going to invite the ire of people from certain areas. But that's fine. I don't mind that. I think, if you don't have at least a group of people who despise you, then you're doing something wrong. So I'm happy to have a group of people not like me, if they're people I think ought not to like me. I try to be judicious about it, because I understand you see people going on about stuff and what they think is grandstanding. The alternative is to say nothing, because I don't want people to think might think I'm pompous or sanctimonious. But the alternative is to do nothing. So supporting a film like this, I have to talk about it. I need that platform to shine a light on things. This is something I think is important. There are other issues where you see other celebrities talking about it and saying, oh, I think this about this, and you think, well, that has a lot of support. I prefer to talk about stuff that is fraught with problems, because some people don't want to talk about stuff, they don't want to alienate parts of their audience, but I'm prepared to take that risk if I have to.
Are those teeth fake? Take them out.
Can you stop staring at me, please? It's very off-putting. I want noise. I'm in the business of loud.
Why have you got the lion?
We're recreating Gladiator.